Naren, what is cheap? Where do you think right now there is fear and markets are mispricing future growth?
Actually, this is where the debate is. We are in the middle. And, it is boring to say we are in the middle because, if you really thought that it is very nice to be in extremes. And, when you're in extremes, like, you can actually make bets on either side and take a very, very big bet. But today we don't have those extremes. And we have to recognize that we are not in those extremes. And last year, 6 months back, there was extremes in global markets. Global markets had turned extremely cheap. So after that, India underperformed a lot, and that extreme also got removed. So I would say that today we are not seeing any big extremes, and consequently, what is relevant at this point of time, which is that we are in a moderate return market, and I would say that a moderate return market with some amount of volatility in the next 18 months. And India is one of the best structural stories in town, given that we are geopolitically in the middle. And that is where we are at this point of time. And we can't identify areas at this point of time where we can see extreme greed. We can't identify areas where we can see extreme fear at this point of time. And that is a reality. We have had good periods where quality has done very badly. We have had periods where value has done extremely well, which is well reflected in some of the funds. So we have to be in the middle at this point of time, and it's okay to be in the middle. One doesn't need to always be in extremes, and this is the learning. And you can see that some of the auto stocks which people believe will never do well have come out with outstanding numbers at this point of time. And very many of the PSUs, which people used to criticize, have all done extremely well in the last 3 years. So this is not the time to go and say that every time you have to be contrarian. But we are more open today to look at quality. We are more open today to look at some of the new age companies. We are looking at sectors which have done badly, like technology and pharma, with an open mind, and see where we can actually increase weightages at this point of time. But we are not in extremes.
So if you're right in the middle, what will happen to returns then? Like single digit returns? Because it's only in extreme the returns they change.
Exactly, it's very tough to give these numbers, but instead of saying single digit returns, we actually say moderate returns. What does moderate return stand for? Does it stand for high single digit? Does it stand for low double digit? These are all questions that you can decide yourself, and that is how I feel more comfortable using the word moderate, because moderate can stand for anything at this point of time. So moderate returns with a bit of volatility is what I believe in saying at this point of time. But I can't see 20% return at this point of time in the markets at this point of time. Neither can I see minus 20% given India's macro, unless something were to happen, an event which I cannot factor and believe in at this point of time. So neither extremes do I believe in at this point of time. Last year at this point of time, there was so much worry on Ukraine, Russia war, oil, current account, etc. Those kind of worries don't exist at this point.